So today I have a Cornish hen. Normally this would go on the smoker, but I'm going to go ahead and make a basically a one-pot chicken soup to enjoy a little bit later, probably about, I don't know, another hour or two. So I've got the hen itself, I've got some rosemary, sage, and thyme. I've coated the hen in the olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and season it with the kosher salt and black pepper. And to the soup, I'm going to add juniper berries, onions, both yellow, white, and green, some fresh carrots, some fresh jalapenos, and some bone broth that I made. Probably add some little wine to it. It's going to go into my, I love this Dutch oven, by the way, Viking Dutch oven. I made some extra chicken stock because well, I ran out of bone broth. I wanted to make sure I had enough. So it's raining out. It's a little bit cooler. It's not super cool, but I don't know, felt like a good day to go ahead and make something like this. So that's got the hen searing in this, and it's looking pretty good. I've got most of the vegetables cut up. We're gonna do the onion. I got the garlic smashed and still in its skin, which I'm gonna leave for a while. But everything's looking in with the wine. And get all that deliciousness out of there. Really lively with the flavor. You can see I got that nicely browned and skinned, just the way I like it. Normally I don't do that for the soup, but I don't know, it just sounded good. It sounded like something I needed to do. The whole crushed garlic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know, 9, 10. Whole crust close, and now that that's debraised and got a nice kind of, you can see it's starting to kind of not be so runny. Now what I'm going to do is add the chicken. And I'm going to put the breasts upwards. And normally I would close the lids, but I'm not really, I'm not concerned about that. But I want that delicious garlic flavor to just kind of roast in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my bone broth, which is one I made a long time ago. I think it's duck, actually. Maybe not, it might be chicken. But I'm going to add that in here. And what I want to do, since I don't have enough, that's why I made this extra. I don't want to add water. For some reason, I'm just kind of, I don't know, I have an aversion to that. There's nothing wrong with it. You can do it with water, but what I want to do is add this to where it's just basically, I could probably get away with all of it. There we go. I don't want to cover the whole thing because I don't want to boil it. I want to braise it in the Dutch oven. And there you go. Eventually that's going to fall down, but some of that's going to cook off because I'm going to cook it without the lid initially, and then let some of that out, and then I'm going to put the rest of the root vegetables in that I have cut up here. We got the green onion, the white onion, yellow onion, some carrots, and the jalapenos. I still got the juniper berries, and then I'm going to add about 8 or 9 of those, just to kind of bring out some more flavor. And then, of course, I don't know if I'm going to add all the rosemary. I think I'm going to definitely add thyme. I think that's the way to go with the Cornish hen. It just sounds better. And I'll probably stop there. But anyway, from here, it goes into a 300-degree oven. I'll check it in with my plan. I've got the thyme. I'm bringing it up to a boil. I've got about 9 or 10 juniper berries in there. And once it gets to a boil, it's going to go into an oven for 30 minutes uncovered. Again, 300 degrees. I'm going to keep that. And then, now it's at a boil, Then I'm going to add all of my vegetables and let it go for another 30 minutes covered, and we'll see what we got. So after 30 or 40 minutes, I went ahead and took it out. Now I'm going to add the vegetables. You can see, yeah, garlic's floating on top, and we got a pretty decent looking soup going on so far. So the idea of this is the Cornish hen will completely break down, and I'll take out all the bones, the carcass, all that kind of stuff, and then enjoy a nice Cornish hen soup. Vegetables are added. Now I'll go ahead, put the lid on, and let it do its thing until it's fully cooked. And basically this Cornish hen is just gonna be falling apart tender. You can see you might be able to tell the liquid rose because I added the dense vegetables. So it's a little higher than I wanted it to be, but the main point of this is the broth. This is gonna be super nutritious. The dimple-like things on top of the lid, if you're not familiar, is for gathering moisture and dripping it back into the pan, the Dutch oven actually. So that's what those are. And Dutch oven, one of the most universal dishes to cook with. I recommend everybody getting one. This is my first enamel cast iron Dutch oven, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, into the oven it goes. 300 on the lid. The smells and aromas that are wafting, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, coming out of this oven are just super intense. Garlic, onion, thyme. Oh my gosh, it's just delicious, and it's filling up the whole house with that smell. So it's a feel-good, but a much, much healthier alternative to like a store-bought chicken noodle soup or something of that nature. It's been in here now for a little bit, but I'm gonna let it go for a little bit longer, cook down those vegetables a little more, and then it'll be good. I've taken it out. I think it's been in there, I don't know how long. Anyway, take it out. Steam, not good. All right. So that is about where I probably want it. Grab my tongs. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test this bad boy. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's breaking down. So that's about where I want it. I don't want to cook it anymore. It's exactly where I want it. This is just gonna pull apart, as you can see. It's just gonna pull apart. It's super tender and juicy. It's cooked exactly where I want it. So what I'm gonna do now is break it all up, get all the bones out, and then enjoy some soup. Got all the chicken. I went ahead and removed the carcass. That way I don't risk getting any little bones in here. Even if I did, it's not a big deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and scoop that out into, and as I say that, I'm probably looking at a bone. I'll scoop it into my soup mug, because I love bears, by the way. And I just want delicious vegetables. I want the broth. I love the broth in here. God, it looks good. It looks good. I don't know if it's gonna taste good. I'm sure it will. But there you go. I've got, I don't know, a good half cup. Again, this is all one pot cooking, Dutch oven. Enamel Viking, which is, you know, it's just a brand, but it's awesome. There's the carcass, what's left over. I may probably I might bag that and toss it. It's not a whole lot to make broth with. So even if I did make a bone broth, I probably wouldn't get much out of it. And maybe I could freeze it and save it. So I might do that, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, eat healthy, stay healthy. And if you're in the areas where you can't go outside or whatever, This is a good way to kind of prevent getting colds or other sickness while you're inside, because you're not getting that fresh air. Anyway, juice. So as I'm eating the soup, freaking fantastic. I probably put more jalapenos in here than you'd want to, but it's not overly spicy. However, if you can tolerate some spice, you know, maybe one pepper, maybe two. But other than that, it's fantastic. The Cornish hen is phenomenal. The chicken breast is extremely tender. That's why I recommend braising with the breast up. The broth is, it's to die for. I keep looking at it, sorry. Anyway, yeah, it's to die for. It's really good. And I've been eating similar to this for a while. If you remember, I did kind of like a keto type of diet. It's called Primal Fat Burner, and the author of that is Nora Gagatis. She now has termed her own phrase of primalgenic. You can look at that. It's similar to ketogenic, but it's not ketogenic. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, but anyway, so what I do is, my method is living off fat for energy, good fats, high quality fats for energy. And I get away from the carbs, the sugars, and those things that convert to sugar when you eat them. Carrots do, I know, and I don't eat a lot of them, but I do add them to certain things, and I mostly eat them raw. Anyway, it's not about that. What it's about is you've got to prepare yourself to stay healthy and be healthy. You can't be in a position that, you know, now the COVID-19 hits and, oh my God, what do I do? I haven't been eating right. I'm out of shape. I haven't been exercising. I haven't been doing those things I want to do. And now all of a sudden I'm locked in my house, maybe where you're at. I know some people are shelter in place, which they can go to different places, but on an extremely limited basis. Here in Germany, we can go outside. I can still exercise. I can ride my bike. I can run, and I do those things. I let myself get up to 230 pounds while I was here, and realized, okay, hey, I'm going back down that road again. So right now I'm currently back down to 209, and I think I'm going to come down to about 195, 200, and I'm going to stay in that ballpark. But I feel really good. I feel a lot better. The love handles are still there, but you know, sooner or later those will go away. I'm exercising every day. I'm stretching, and foam rolling has been a lifesaver. And if you're still watching this video, I commend you, because it's probably boring as fuck. Anyway, yeah, be hard.